Good morning. Have you ever heard about critical thinking? Have you ever heard about Project Z? Have you ever heard about thinker routines? All these terminologies and other will be the main focus of today's session. Actually, this is me, Mr. Yaser Abdul-Hafiz, MA holder, certified by Cambridge University. By the end of the session, you will be able to identify the meaning of these terminologies. You will have some practices, some techniques to use in the classroom with your students to improve their critical thinking skills and also their problem solving skills. So let's start with Project Z is a project by Harvard University. We have a number of educationists who worked hard together to create some techniques, and they call them routines, to help the students in the classroom and help us teachers to use them with our students to improve their critical thinking skills. So it is mainly about thinking, and it is called thinking routines, a number of practices. These practices invite us all to a number of things. The first one is to be closer observer. So closer observer, this is the first benefit. The second one is to organize our ideas and also their ideas as students. The third one is to think carefully, and the last one is to reflect on how they are making sense of things. So these, in short, some of the ideas that you can get out of this session. Now, we need to think carefully about how we can classify the thinker routines. The classification of the thinker routines depends on their usage in the classroom, their practices in the classroom. So at the beginning of a unit, you can use a set of routines, but at the end of the unit, we can use another set of routines, and in between, we can use another set of routines. So here, the classification, or the most common classifications of the thinker routines is this: introducing, synthesizing, and also digging deeper. Now, we need to go deeper into this and think about some of the examples here. The first one is introducing. The first thinking routines that we can use is see, think, wonder. The second one is think, puzzle, explore. The third one is chalk talk, and the last one is 3, 2, 1 bridges. Now, let's think about the first one, which is see, think, wonder. The keywords are important here. So, what can you see in the picture? So, definitely, we can just think. No, we need to see. Just to see. Here we have a kind of cave. We have two people up. We have some people inside. We have shadows. This is the first stage, which is see. The second stage is to think about the picture. The last one is to wonder. It means to think and ask a question about the situation. So this is a model answer of how we can deal with such a situation, or this technique, or this classroom routines. Now it is time to break the ice. This is an activity for breaking the ice, which is find someone who has blonde hair, black shoes. So go around and find someone who, so you need to have 2 minutes for this. So find someone who is an activity. We can break the ice, and we can help our students to improve throughout the sessions. So here. Now, we finished the first part, which is introducing. Now we are moving to the second part, which is synthesizing. It means putting things together. After some lessons in the unit, we might have some ideas. We need to collect these ideas together. So we have some techniques to use, some classroom routines to use. The first one is CSI, color, symbol, image. The second one, connect, extend, challenge. The third one, the 4 C's. The fourth one is I used to think, now I think. Let's dig deeper and think about one of those, and our choice will be the 4 C's. The 4 C's, each word has C as the initial for each one. The first one is connection, the second one challenge, the third one is concept, the last one is change. Now, we have a text, and we need to read the text and think about these. We need to build connection. Number 2, we need to challenge what's in the text. Number 3, we need to have a kind of concept. So the text itself has a number of concepts, so we need to get these concepts. The last one is whether to change something or not. So now we need to, this is the model answer for this activity as well. Okay, now we need to think about energizer. So when you feel bored with your students, you need to energize them. Okay, so to get them back to the main track. So this is Simon Says. Simon says do the opposite. So if I ask you to stand up, you need to sit down. Simon says stand up, so keep seated. Simon says sit down, so turn right, turn left. You need to do the opposite. Good energizer. So here we finished the first part, which is introducing. The second part is synthesizing. The last part is digging deeper. We have a number of thinking routines. They are useful to be used at the end of the unit. The first one is what makes you say that, step inside, red light, yellow light, claim, support, question, and the last one here, sentence, phrase, and word. So let's have an example. We have here a poem by Pat Mora. It's Senora X No More. So if we look here, we might have some claims. My claim is that she is struggling learning a new language. Now, we need to support this from the text. Now, if you read the second line, you will find that her fingers polish before the papers. So now I have a claim and I have a support. The last one is to ask a question. Is she struggling? Why does she struggle? And so on. So this is one of the best thinking routines that we can use at the end of a unit in the classroom with our students. Now, once we are done with these, we need to think of the summary. Now we need to wrap up what we have been talking about. Now the idea for wrapping up is to think about a news headline, and your news headline should summarize the whole ideas in the session. So an example of the news headline is that making thinking visible, empowering minds, one routine at a time. So as you can see here, I summarized the whole idea with this. Now, what's your takeaway? What you should do? We need to go out of the class, go out of the session today and think about how to practice, how to use such routines to improve our students' skill, especially critical thinking skills and so on. So it's time to act, time for action. Thank you so much.